Hey there, my name is Cole Adams, and you are watching the best college basketball podcast out there that covers the entire sport of college basketball, brackets, bubbles, and bid stealers. Now, here are your hosts, Sam Fetterman and Jonathan Lidskin.
Season 6, Episode 85. I am Sam Fetterman. That is Jonathan Lidskin. Jonathan, how are you doing?
I'm good. Our comment section's already off the rails.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a good start. It's a great start. I am about
feels
20
like the day before the NCAA tournament.
I'm about 20 feet away from the scene of the crime where 15 people walked past me on the Grant Salzman episode.
Yeah, the village people, as you were just calling them.
Jonathan, we watched one of the best college basketball games of the year today. You want to talk about it?
Sam, I would love to talk about it. Where do you want to start with this? Because you have a lot of angles here. That you have the Iowa State comeback, the Hilton atmosphere, Kingston.
I think we can start with the atmosphere. We can start with the atmosphere.
Okay. Like Kansas, Iowa State. Those are your top two toughest places to win. the CBI bubble, maybe. Right? Like Kansas, Iowa State, two toughest places to win right now in college basketball.
Yep, I agree. Texas Tech's really a really tough place to win. I think the Big 12 has the best environments in the sport, and I don't really think that you can deny that right now.
It feels that way.
Kansas, Iowa State, number 1 and number 2. Texas Tech, Arizona, BYU up there as well. And then you get West Virginia rocking, you get Kansas State rocking, you get Houston rocking, you get any of those places rocking, and it's huge. I would say Mackey is probably the best, and the Kennel. Probably the two best non-Big 12 venues right now.
Yeah, I never would dismiss Cameron Indoor from these discussions, but it's different kind of it's a different kind of tough place to win.
I mean, Duke is 62-3 under John Shire at Cameron.
Yeah, that's more so just because of I think how
Duke
good
being
they are.
really good.
Yeah. Then
there was a literal war crime that happened at that arena today.
At Hilton?
At Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Oh, yes.
The war crime of Syracuse.
That's not what we're here to discuss.
No, we've talked plenty about Syracuse. Let's talk Iowa State, Houston. Iowa State now 23-3, 10-3 in the Big 12, 70-67 winners over Houston. Iowa State goes up 15-5. It feels like they're going to run them out of the gym because they're just making everything in the first couple of minutes of this game. Milan hit a 3 because he doesn't ever miss. They were all just everyone on this team in the first couple of minutes of this game felt like they couldn't miss. What were your takeaways of the first couple of minutes?
Yeah, Iowa State was really feeding off the crowd, and it feels like when you get a crowd like that, it's just impossible to miss, and that's what was happening. And all the credit in the world to Houston for responding and getting back into that game the way they did, because that place was absolutely insane from the moment the ball got tipped there.
Yeah, and I think that's something that you tend to see. Like a lot of these home teams that play in these big crowd environments, they'll get off to a big start. They'll send the first punch because they have the crowd right there.
This is not a serious show.
No, it should be a serious show. It's just the comment section's going.
What have we been saying about Kansas this season? Teams losing Allen Fieldhouse in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yep. No, it's not even the first 5 minutes of the game. It's the 5 minutes before the game.
Yeah, it is nuts in there for pregame intros.
And I think Houston kind of being able to show that resilience of being a team that has been there, has been in those environments. I mean, they won at Allen Fieldhouse last year. They won. They didn't win at Iowa State last year. They didn't go to Iowa State, but they won at Texas Tech last year.
Mm-hmm.
They won. They won a big road game earlier this year, right?
They won.
They won at BYU.
Auburn early in the year.
They won at BYU
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
On like a late Saturday night because they took over that game in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. They also won at Baylor before Baylor was like a complete corpse in early January.
No, Baylor's been a complete corpse all year.
At that point in the
By
season,
the way, Baylor being a complete corpse at 45 in Ken Palm.
yeah, I mean they're done. Like they can't win games.
They're 3-9.
So,
the greatest game of all time, by the way, happening on Tuesday, tomorrow night at Bramlage. Kansas State Baylor. Scott Drew against Matthew Driscoll.
Yeah, Matthew Driscoll, who some people swore should be coaching a top 25 ball club last year at one point.
Okay, hold on. Back to Iowa State. Houston fights back. Houston takes a 10-point lead. And then Iowa State comes back. Jonathan, how did they do it?
I thought Emmanuel Sharp being in foul trouble was honestly the key. Like Iowa State didn't do anything different, I thought, in those final 7 minutes that won them the game. Besides, their effort was really good, and Houston's offense got stale. And this is probably the one critique that I can give Calvin Sampson as a coach is like they don't have, a lot of actions going on offensively. It's a lot of dribble drive, individual creation, and to his credit, he gets guards that are able to do that. But Kingston was kind of getting stuck. Lipsy played some really good defense on him late in the game. They couldn't get Emmanuel Sharp back in because he had 4 fouls, and the ball wasn't moving very well. So as a result, like Houston was turning it over, taking some bad shots, and I thought when they extended the lead and got back into the game, a big part of it was not just Kingston Flemings, but it was Emmanuel Sharp bailing them out and hitting some crazy shots, which he can do.
I think that's what this Houston team is kind of built off of. It's built off of the dribble drive penetration. It's built off of guys that can pull up from 30 feet and figure it out. It's built off of that because if it's all about getting that first shot up and figuring out if you can get that offensive rebound. And yes, this Houston team isn't the dominant offensive rebounding force that they have been in past years. They were 11th last year, 11th the year before that, 4th. They're 23rd this year, so it's a little lower than it has been. It's their lowest since Jonathan 2018.
Yeah,
they're still a terrific
conference.
Yeah, still a terrific offense. But like Houston doesn't turn it over much because when they have bad possessions, it's because the ball isn't moving, not because the ball is moving. Their guards have a tight handle on it, but yes, it's the lowest turnover rate in the country. But that's huge for a team that gets that many offensive rebounds. It's just about get shots up, and you're going to win the shot volume battle. And I think that's what Houston does on a given night. And even in this game, Houston 55 field goal attempts, Iowa State 51. Now Iowa State attempted 22 free throws to Houston's 11. But then the whole deal was, for me, Iowa State's comeback is spurred on by the fact that they handled the traps and the blitzes so well in the second half. They turned it over 3 times all game, and they made 2 incredible skip passes in the last couple of minutes of this game. You had Buchanan down low to Bateman in the corner, and then you had Jefferson at the end of the shot clock to Heisey in the corner. Everybody's talking about that Heisey shot. Nobody is talking about the pass. The pass was the most impressive part of the play to me.
Well, very few teams have a player like Joshua Jefferson who can play in that short role against.
And it wasn't. The thing is, it wasn't in the short roll. He spotted that pass from the top of the key.
He caught it in an effective short roll spot. Like he caught it in the same spot that you would short roll.
No, he was like well beyond the 3-point line.
That's where you have to short roll against them. because they come out and blitz you. Did we
Yeah,
not
but
watch KJ Adams do this 2 years ago? Go to them.
no, but that was not 30 feet from the basket.
Oh yes, it was. that's where Houston trapped you. They push you all the way.
No, but I vividly remember Kansas getting to about the 3-point line for those passes.
Houston's one goal, if they're not turning you over, is they're going to keep you as far away from the basket as possible.
Yes, I'm aware, but that was not a short roll play, Jonathan.
You're right, it wasn't, but it was effectively from the same spot on the floor.
Okay, effectively, I agree. Literally, I disagree.
So, regardless, like very few teams have guys like Joshua Jefferson that can make that type of pass. And like credit to Buchanan for the pass he made as well. It was a great look. But Iowa State, I don't think it was just their offense late in the game. Like, how many teams have point of attack defenders like Tamin Lipsey that was doing on the defensive end what he was doing to Kingston Flemings?
Can we also give a huge shout out to Jamarian Bateman? Because Killian Torrey might be one of the best on-ball defenders in the country. And TJ Altenberger benches him in the last 10 minutes, in the last couple of minutes in this game. Because he also benched Momcilovic. And that's all off. Because, look, to me, Otts in this game, he couldn't have played one of Toure and Momcilovic. You have to play either both or neither. Because if you play Toure with Heisey, you're probably still not getting enough spacing out of that backcourt. And if you play Bateman with Momcilovic, you're probably not getting enough defense.
Mm-hmm.
So in that particular spot, and you know how big of a Toure fan and a Momcilovic fan I am, the fact that in that particular spot, he had the balls to go to two guys off of his bench in Heisey and Bateman, and they both come through with those big shots. And Bateman was good defensively as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was all about what they did on both ends of the floor, I thought. And like Otts pushes the right buttons late in the game. Like, he's really good. We know this. I think that like if that doesn't work, it's a completely different story here. That you're benching a potential, All-American level player in Momcilovic in that spot in that game. So it's all about the way the game goes sometimes, right? Like you can give a coach a ton of credit in like this situation right here because he made the decision, it worked, he pushed the right buttons. But like if one thing maybe goes differently and they don't win the game, like it may have been the right decision, but he gets criticized anyway.
Can I also say I think Dominicus Plate's minutes recently have been really solid?
Yeah, that's not a player that was on my radar before the season, but I think we mentioned him early in the year that like, hey, look at this dude who Otts found, this random backup big that's giving them great minutes, and he does it again tonight.
No, yeah, I mean, 15 minutes tonight, 8 points, had a couple dunks, 19 minutes against Kansas, had 5 rebounds. I've been impressed with him, for sure.
Yeah, like the recipe that has been the same since Otts' first year for the center spot. Yes, good. These like the centers for TJ Otzelberger are never big scorers or really big, offensive players for the most part.
I think Blake Buchanan
does some
really, really good.
Big
he's going to be really, really like people are going to talk about him as an all Big 12 player next year.
I don't see it, but he's a good player. He's just like
okay, maybe because the Big 12 has so many teams, maybe not. But
they're just not, enough high usage to be that level of player.
Well, I mean, they're losing Lipsey, they're losing Jefferson, they're losing Momcilovic. So there's going to be usage available.
Well, that will go to Torre. That will go to Bateman. And I guarantee they have a freshman coming in who's probably way better than a lot of people think. Because they seem to always do.
Yeah.
And I mean, they'll portal kids like.
Yeah, no, but I think they'll be totally fine.
They're not going to go get like some stud, but like, a lot of these top teams. But Otts finds guys like Keyshawn Gilbert was not this, superb transfer when they took him in. Same thing with Curtis Jones. Like, kid was literally at a JUCO, and they took him, and he was their best scorer on a team that was.
They got him from Buffalo,
but he was at a JUCO before.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, like Otts finds guys, and tonight was another good example of that.
Yeah, just a couple other quick things. Jerome Tang got fired yesterday.
Oh, yes, he did.
Hashtag Kevin Fielder was right all along. Hashtag I stand with Kevin Fielder. Hashtag justice served for Kevin Fielder.
Justice for Fielder. It's so funny that I tweeted that and then he gets fired like 4 days later.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to speak on the whole legal stuff that's going to go on there. But like,
can I just say,
fired for cause, really?
Yeah, like if you wanted to fire him for cause, just like pay the man his money.
They're going to have to one way or another.
All right, we're taking calls. It's JJ. If you want to call in right now, you can call in. Just ring my number.
People from Japan apparently not calling in today.
Do you think he's actually going to call?
Well, he just commented. Administration. Jay's at the right.
No, I know he's watching. He just texted me about the Fielder Tang beef.
Yeah, but that was one of the great moments in American society.
But JJ, you asked for callers. I told you when.
This is not going as well as the DM us the word hand experiment.
Hey, we got a couple. We
did.
All right. JJ, if I don't get a call from you in 10, 9, 8, 7,
Harrison
6,
said to call him.
5, 4.
He very clearly
3,
has the capability of calling you.
Yeah, I'll call him.
Harrison Vatnick does not make it.
Oh, here he is. He's calling. Calling. JJ, you are the first ever caller on Brackets, Bubbles, and Bit Stealers.
I feel obligated to call. I was being sarcastic. Everyone in my apartment is asleep. I feel bad if I'm waking anyone up in this building in West Hartford. I suppose now I need to actually think up a question because I didn't have one. I was mostly doing a bit there. So I guess I'll ask a question that I know you're not going to answer, which is I will be attending the University of St. Joseph versus New England College tomorrow in West Hartford. Do you have any insights to provide on what, as far as I can gather, is a maybe fringe top 30 team in Division III? I'll hang up and listen. Thank you for your time.
Is this is this some sort of like side quest that like ESPN lets JJ do because he's like their de facto sicko beat reporter?
No, I think he's just going.
Okay, I can respect that honestly from someone who created a.
No, I mean that's a good D2. That's a good D3
from someone
program.
who filled out an IHSA 4A state playoff bracket today. I can respect it.
No, St. Joe's is a really, really good D3 program. That was where because you didn't offer to call.
I am very
Harrison. If you want to call, you can call.
Harrison,
but yeah, I think
you can call. I was under the impression that Harrison only appeared on the Brackets, Bubbles, and Bid Stealers podcast the night before the NCAA tournament, and that is to reveal our great friend Dan's bracket. And last year, he actually didn't even come on as Harrison Vatnick. It was Hayden Gray who made the appearance.
What I will say about
hold on, we have a caller.
Oh God,
Mr. Vatnick, you're on Brackets, Bubbles, and Bid Stealers.
This shouldn't count as an appearance because it's audio only.
Okay.
So I'll save my, the audience, the YouTube audience won't see my face until the eve of the tournament when I'll reveal Dan's bracket and also our all March Madness first teamers.
Sure.
Of March Madness moments.
Yeah.
I want to ask your thoughts. Serious question on Kashi Nat, friend of the program, having a great season with the Sam Houston State Bearcats.
We're all in. We're all in on Sam Houston State. Let me find this stat.
He
Because I was
hung
looking,
up, but we're going to answer this question now. So,
because I was
Cashing
looking at
out
this
is
stat the other
phenomenal.
day. Number two in the country in cover percentage. Sam Houston State, Chris Mudge doing a terrific job. Cashy Nat,
Fetterman
kind of
slowly
been.
becoming a gambler. You can see it. You can feel it.
Do I skip the MAC tournament and go to the casino?
Yes.
Might have to think about it. But Cashy Nat
one of the
is
things-
such an impact player on both ends for this
Yeah.
Sam Houston team that might be the biggest threat to Liberty in Conference USA.
Yeah, I think so. Liberty's undefeated in the league right now, and they're obviously a tough hill to climb with the amount of money they have. But Cashy Nat was such a great fit for Sam Houston. They play fast and allow him to use his athleticism in just about every way possible. He's been efficient this year on offense, which I didn't, fully expect. But his athleticism last year and in years before that has always been apparent from what I've seen. He does everything possible to impact the game.
But if you'll let me get back to St. Joseph, Connecticut.
Okay, quite the turn. We're probably the first people to discuss Sam Houston State and St. Joseph, Connecticut on the same podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Lance Altner, good shooter, averages 17 a game. They have their three leading scorers are all 37% 3-point shooters on decent volume. Roel Figueroa, Frederick Feldrapp, and Lance Altner. So watch out for those guys to really shoot it.
So Sam, I have a question for you.
And would also say St. Joe's, they are 34th in the country in offensive rating adjusted, 21st in defense. I don't know about you, but they could be a 25-25 team, Jonathan.
So here's my question for you, Sam. You are planning, or at least I believe you're planning, to fill out a Division I tournament bracket, a Division II tournament bracket, a Division III tournament bracket, and an IHSA 4A state playoff bracket.
And don't forget,
how many people in human history do you think have done that before?
No idea.
I have to think it's single digits.
I don't know. Scott Lidskin has to have done it.
No, dude, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My dad won't drive 30 minutes to go see a good game, let alone fill out a bracket. Come on.
Yeah, just want to say, I'm going to try and tell. Here are all of the 25-25 teams in Division III right now. You've got Randolph-Macon is number one in offense and number two in defense.
Explain what a 25-25 team is.
Top 25 in offensive and defensive adjusted efficiency.
Okay. So the Mickey Mouse, TikToker stat.
Randolph-Macon is first in offense, second in defense. Trinity is first in defense, second in offense. They're the reigning national champions. Then you've got Mary Washington, who made the Sweet 16, I think, last year, 7th in offense, 17th in defense. You've got Tufts, 10th in offense, 9th in defense. Then you've got Gustavus Adolphus, 16th in offense, 5th in defense. And finally, Emory, 21st in offense and 12th in defense. Division III women's bracket is easy. It's just going to be NYU. They're the best team in the sport by a lot.
Would you believe me if I told you I knew someone who went to Gustavus Adolphus?
Where is Gustavus Adolphus? I had no idea. I had no idea that was a real school until 20
sure it's
seconds
in Minnesota.
ago. And then if you want the D2 25-25 teams, Nova Southeastern, second in offense, fourth
Never
in
said
defense.
I did, but go ahead.
Lubbock Christian, 5th in offense, 22nd in defense. Washburn Ichabods, 9th in offense, 1st in defense. Anderson of South Carolina. There was a kid on one of my baseball teams that I called that went there. 12th and 10th. Damon, 13th and 6th. Gannon, 14th and 2nd. And finally, West Liberty, 22nd and 9th. So you've got Gannon, West Liberty, and Nova Southeastern. All three Crutchfield teams, Crutchfield style teams that are 25-25 teams.
What the hell is Tell Me Lies?
All right. This show is over, Jonathan. Take us home. It went 10 minutes longer than we expected it to.
If you came to hear about Tyler Self and where he's working, you came to the right place. If you came to hear the first ever callers on Brackets, Bubbles, and Bid Stealers, you came to the right place. And if you came to hear all the latest happenings with Caleb Grill, you came to the right place. This has been Season 6, Episode 85 of Brackets, Bubbles, and Bid Stealers, and we'll see you next time.